And there's bottles of Dom Perignon, probably like 15
Stacked.
or 20 of them, just stacked around the
on ice.
whole freaking
Dom P,
the booth
Ace of
there.
Spades, everything.
So, gentlemen, are we having any cocktails tonight? Would you like to compete? And he points over to the fucking table.
This motherfucker literally looks at all of us
I said that?
and says,
oh my God.
look to your left. Do you want to
Joking.
compete?
Oh my
Joking,
God.
joking,
Oh, I
joking.
got you. I'm sorry.
And we're like,
Ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of the 25-8 podcast.
25-8, baby.
What's
Woo!
up, Dailito? How you
Let's
doing,
go, baby.
You good? Hell yeah.
Chilling.
Well, welcome, guys. We got a very special guest with us today. We love this guy. He's treated us well. You know,
Very,
we love
very
to have him
well.
on. It's been a long time coming, but our boy,
Nathan motherfucking Hughes, baby.
Thank
What's
you
up, dude?
so much, gentlemen. How are you today?
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Chilling,
Thank
bro.
you
How
for
are
having
you?
me. God bless you guys. Thank you.
made
My
it
gosh.
happen. Hell yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 25-8 podcast. Yeah, you and Tyler were talking for a couple days, trying to make this happen. Some schedules, were conflicting, but finally got you on, man. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No, we appreciate it. I mean, we've known you for a while. Obviously, we'll get into it today. But I remember, dude, the first time we met you was at my birthday.
Let's
And it was just a crazy time, to say the least.
Well, you know how to party, so you came to the right place.
Well,
obviously.
you know how to
So
make it
here we
happen
are.
with
Are you
Yes,
talking about when we saw the
absolutely.
Dom Perignon bottles next to us?
No, I'm
Is that
talking about
another
I'm talking about the very, very first time, bro. Giselle had just opened, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was back in like 2023, so it was like a couple years ago, and it was for my 30th. It was just me and the boys, you, Ronnie.
Yeah, the Dom P night.
Yeah. And a couple
like-
buddies flew in from Cali. That's when we didn't live here yet, and you were our server, bro.
Thank you very
And-
much. These are the memories that count.
Bro,
Here
it-
we are.
exact-
This
it
is
was-
why we're here today.
we will never
Absolutely.
forget that.
Yes. Thank you
The
so
ser-
much.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
service you provided and gave us the experience, not just the service, I should say.
Yeah.
It's the overall experience. You walking us through that whole menu and kind of breaking down how everything is just like
The power of the first impression.
Top
last.
Dude, and we're gonna get into that because I know you have a lot to say about just everything in retrospect. But yeah, bro.
As the years have gone by, there's been even more opportunities.
Oh
so
my
this-
gosh,
that's
yeah.
what
We have,
love.
we have
Yeah.
many
Yes,
stories there with
absolutely.
you,
So we like this.
and you've made them happen.
Thank
bro.
you for
So,
having me. It is an honor to speak about what I do and what you people experience too. So it's really just it's an honor and a pleasure. So thank
Well, it's something
you
you
so
should be proud of, and I know you are, but I know it's also good to hear it. Your feedback from other people is like, all right, damn, like all the hard work, late nights, like it makes it all worth it because then you hear stuff like us
Yes,
and our
yes,
experiences and all
absolutely.
the other people I'm sure that come back to you and tell you like, oh my God, you were so great. This is why we're back.
It's part of satisfaction and
so yeah,
worthiness.
kudos
and
to you,
value.
my man.
Absolutely.
And we
Thank
tell
you.
everyone,
Thank
you
you.
know?
Oh yeah,
guys
I'm
go
like
to
if you
Giselle-
go to
That word of
Giselle,
mouth special. That's
Yeah.
what we like. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. We gotta replicate.
No,
Straight
the,
up.
the food's fire for sure. I mean, everything on the menu is pretty good. The steaks are fire. We like the oysters. They're pretty
Yes.
fire. But
Oh.
the way you came about it was just it just took everything to the next level.
Little
Right?
fine
Yeah. Mediterranean.
Mediterranean
Yeah.
Asian fusion.
Yeah, there.
world-class
See,
steak
there
and
he
seafood.
goes.
Living
There
your
he
life.
goes.
Yeah, we
But
got
before
it.
we get into all
Yeah.
the good stuff, take us back. Like, who are you? Like, where'd you come from? Give us like, how did you come to?
So
land
currently,
in Miami?
now, what you're talking about is having a position as the head waiter, trainer of an incredible establishment, Giselle Miami, above 11 Ultra Club, working with TRP and 11 to make lives happen. And this is something that is a culmination of my life events, the career that I've created, and a lot of, consistent perseverance, passion, service, things that have culminated in a way that like when you talk about it and you think about what it really is, like you kind of check out of your own reality constantly. And you have to like kind of, the actor that you become in this type of role is something revolutionary that if people embrace it, they have the confidence to sell anything. But in this position, like you can't really be full of yourself. You have to be strong at the same time and resilient against everything you go against.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting at this top position and I hear you speak like this, it's incredible to hear. Like you're talking about my life. Like, thank you for talking about my life.
Yeah.
Like it's something incredible that I have to be grateful for, to remember the path and the things that I've done to get here. And it is an amazing story, actually. But it's a wild story I've wanted to write down and share with people. But you guys have manifested. The 25-8 culture has manifested and called out to me. And I truly appreciate this honor and integrity. So where it started, I don't know. I'm an identical twin. That's number one.
No
It's
way.
a
Yeah,
huge
bro,
thing.
Shit, I didn't know
That's
he
changed
literally
my life.
told me that
yeah,
when we were on the
yeah.
phone. He's like, all right,
I have
so
to start there. Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down to do the podcast. So yeah, I could talk about this. And I'm like, what, dude? You have an identical twin?
Yeah, so I have an identical twin. I was born identical twin, and he actually is the one who motivated me to get into restauranting, being a waiter. And he was talking about how easy it would be, but he had like, our lives were like, so I have an older brother, I have my twin, I have my mom. We were raised in Massachusetts. We went from Massachusetts. I got educated in school. I had a really good school where we grew up. My family life is incredible. There's so much going on. Like, I learned a lot about life, real life, and the lessons behind it, whether it's the ups, the downs, the lefts and the rights. I mean, it's everything. You have to look inward. You have to look out to the universe. You have to seek God and figure out your life. I've been given a lot of opportunities to remain humble and grateful and to be consistent and passionate in what I do, and loss and tribulation and seeing all the colorful stuff of life, every vibration that we go through as humans. Like I was allowed that opportunity to be strong, okay, and be strong through my experiences that I was raised through. We can get into this stuff at any point in time, but how do I select the things to talk about? I'm an identical twin. My father died when I was young. I was struck by lightning when I was 9.
Wait,
holy
what?
Yeah. My mom like locked us in the house for 3 days. It was raining like crazy. She was forcing us to study the capitals of America, and I was like losing my mind, hating my life. The trash piled up. She's like, someone's got to go and take it out. And it was finally, it was time. And I jumped up faster than Ben and got to the door first. And I opened the door, shut the door, and the second I shut the door, it just it happened. And
Holy crap!
I was
dude.
Did it knock you out? Or?
dude, it went through the house, into my hand, into my feet,
What the fuck?
into the earth or something, and it went through me, and I had all my vision started to go black and come down into like this like incredible circle, and I realized what was kind of happening, and I thought I even seen like a spirit standing there. It was like some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And because I was like about to die, and like I like somehow pulled up, stood up, threw the door open. I was soaked. I jumped on the metal step of my door, fell on my face. I got up and ran to my mom, cried for 45 seconds or 45 minutes. And then I was like, I swear I got smarter after that. But it was just like an interesting, incredible thing that happened.
Did you have to go to the hospital or anything?
No, nothing.
What?
Like nothing
Like, what
at
did it
all.
feel like?
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good question. So that's part of the story. Sometimes you forget this stuff. So as a little kid, when you play baseball and you're like training and doing like the little stuff, you swing the baseball bat and the electricity, that feeling, that vibration when you swing a bat and it goes into your bones. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That
bro, I was,
vibration hits you.
I was electrocuted.
Yeah. So as a little kid, I said to myself, what's like the most powerful thing in the world? A sledgehammer is what I was thinking. And like, I thought it was like 1,000 sledgehammers hitting a bat into my entire body, and the vibration went through my entire being. And it was like,
Just getting tasered.
So that, but like times 1,000.
Yeah,
Like it was
like-
like times 1,000. Yeah. It was something.
Holy
I
shit.
can't believe nothing else happened. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's another thing. I have one kidney. When I was born with 2, and one like failed.
Because of that?
And
No,
this is when
just
I was a
separate.
baby.
Okay.
So yeah, the kidney thing, the father, the lightning. He's
God
like,
damn.
and then
Fuck.
I've been a dreamer since I was like like a little tiny child. Like I've always had dreams,
Like vivid dreams.
And you
or-
remember?
vivid dreams that I remember my whole life. And this
Wow.
is a part of my story. 100% a part of my story.
Tell us
And
more.
It's like having identical twin. We both dream prolifically, and there's like this is an incredible spiritual element of my life of battling the invisible around me, my friends, my loved ones. It's a journey. It's another thing that I would love to speak about someday, as much as it applies to us and being hardworking people. I mean, the mysterious element of spirituality gives us a parallel complex that can like exponentially change your life, so it is something worth thinking about and considering when it comes down to who we are as people
100%.
and what motivate us as what we are. It's those layers and those complexities, our outer personalities, our inner personalities. But this for me is like a layer of kind of mystical things that I've been through that helped motivate me to move forward. Even when in my career, I didn't even know what I was supposed to do. It's like I after I graduated high school, I wanted science, and I pushed into science, and I did AP biology, and I went to University of New Hampshire. I was gonna go BU or friggin' UNH, and BU gave me no package at all, $60,000 a year, and they gave no package. UNH paid full way.
Fuck.
I visited BU. It was a pure city, which at that time I hated. Now it's a different story, but over then it was like I was a different guy. And UNH was pure nature, trees, mountains, rivers. Like it was an unbelievable aspect. Yeah, and I went there the first day I went there, I was walking into the school ready to go. And I fell in love with it.
What'd you go to school for?
General biology is what I studied. I finished with general biology. I studied genetics and psychology as like little side things, and I never took them to like full completeness. But I did enough of it I was like a couple credits shy of two extra majors. So
you were there.
It was what I was doing and taking interest in, and school and science. I mean, I joined a fraternity. It was a very popular fraternity. It was like an unbelievable thing where you learn about people's lives. You party like no one else. It was like a mansion-style 3-floor place.
Yeah.
Stayed
Phi
at the frat
Kappa
house,
Theta.
everything?
Yeah, and it's a famous place, actually, which God
Really?
put me into. Yeah, because Will Ferrell's movie, what's it friggin' called?
Which one? There's like 30 of them. Step Brothers.
Not Animal House. The other. It's the fraternity. I can't believe I'm dropping it right now. It's this little bourbon here. But when it comes down to it, I'll come up with it in a second. With Old Blue, and I don't know if you remember it. Friggin', it was from the
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I can't. Everyone's gonna hate me for friggin' not remembering the name of this right now. It's Old School. Is the name
Old
of the
School,
movie?
Old School.
Yes,
Yeah.
Old School. So
That's the one they go streaking, right?
They go streaking. The Jello wrestling is
fuck
real. I have incredible stories about Jello wrestling, but
You've done it?
Dude, I literally get like 45 guys and like 20 girls in the party room. It's cathedral ceilings, giant stripper pole, friggin' 3.5 stories tall. Like, you're in there and they're screaming your name, and you got no choice but to dive out into the pool of Jello and knock the girls out. And
What? You fight the girls?
Dude, I had this poor girl, and I ended up knowing her for like 6 years after this. I took her knee out. It was like absolutely
Holy shit.
ridiculous.
Just
But
tore her ACL.
Dude, you have no choice. Like, you're in there, you're diving in there, you're having fun. Yeah, she got like VIP status for life. Yeah, it was like
you guys were
literally
11 before 11.
Yo, it's exact. Yo, that is. Oh my God, I've never taken that affiliation. You're
Straight
so
up, huh?
correct. You are
Yeah.
completely correct. So,
And how
I
it
learned a
comes
lot
full
about
circle.
partying there. That was like an incredible thing. Like, we thought we were adults and we knew what we were doing, but now we see the big boys. But it's
Yeah.
like, yo, we tried. But in that movie, this guy Blue was like doing the Jello wrestling, and he was 70-year-old professor. He's real. He's
No
not
way.
even fake. He's not with us anymore, but he was when I met him. He was like 86. He could speak 11 languages. Was like the ultimate guy
You had
to
a
help
professor in
and
there
guide
doing the Jello
everybody.
wrestling?
Dr. John Charles Roman. He was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
And he helped guide all these strays. Like, we're a bunch of us. Like, yeah, we got our lives together for the most part. But when people needed advice, they would go to this gentleman. And in the 70s is when they raged. Fraternities were their epic thing. And especially at UNH, there was 12 fraternities like in full action. And that's like an incredible Greek family, but that changes. So I learned a lot about life through the fraternity too, in college, and partying, and how to make a party, like what to do, and you see people popping off based on things you do, and the standard is not the same, but geez, like it's a real thing. But I learned about science. That's what I was telling you. I learned about science, and as much as I learned about science and all the people that I met, they were looking too small. Genetics, our DNA, it is the code of life. Yes, it is the existence of what we are. Yes, it fabricates all that we are, and it is God's secret code. But I realized that these people were looking too small, and that they didn't have enough spiritual contact between people that they could see right before them. And it pushed me into a direction to move more towards something spiritual. And that's where I found psychology, psychotherapy, social work was the fastest way to get a psychotherapy practice. So I signed up for that, got into a program. Didn't work out for me because of financials and life experiences and all kinds of things that I went through. I ended up in college. I had my first restaurant background was a Margarita's. It's a very popular New England Mexican restaurant.
Nice.
And they literally go to Mexico and like learn how to do everything, and they bring it up, and the food is friggin' fantastic. Honestly, I would kill for some margaritas right now. But when it comes,
we got old fashions right here.
Oh
We're
my
good.
God!
Cheers to
fried
that, baby boy.
chimichurri is a fucking dude.
I love it.
But whatever. So 1,000 covers a night. That was 1,000 dinners a night. And I was a line cook there. So 2.5 years, I learned about that. I yelled at servers in that job like you have never known. And like it was a closed kitchen. You were allowed to scream and yell and be an idiot. Yes, I met one of my best friends to this day there. Like it was like I was meant to be there. But I learned about cooking. I learned about chefing. I learned about a line. I learned about restaurant. It's a chain. It's a corporation. Right. That place is not normal. Like it's a very well run operation. So, and I was a cook. So that's where I started.
The type of place you want to be to kind of.
You know what? I actually forgot to tell you about my first job, which I think is important, and for people to think about what it means to be a humble person. All right, because $7 an hour as a D'Angelo's employee making sandwiches for thousands of customers, and the place, because of me, my twin brother, and this woman Susan Abdi, you're amazing.
Shout out to her.
She trained me fucking to be like an elite sandwich maker. And I could remember 11 orders at one time, 12 orders at one time. The lunches there were, they'd make $15,000 in a lunch at a little D'Angelo's. It was like a psychotic place to be. And you're making $7 an hour, and you give yourself this personal standard to be like the best person ever at this. And it's a psychotic thing. But when you think about what you're doing, like this is where consistency starts, and a place you don't know, the first place you start, the first place you be. And that woman trained me in a way, you know what I mean? So I think she was my first trainer, because now I am the trainer, you know what I mean? So it's like there's a different thing going on here.
How was that experience humbling?
Humbling in the fact that you're fighting for raises for your identical twin brother because you deserve it, and they only give you a quarter, and you think it's worth it. And that's what a corporation does to you, even though you are the best in the business and you didn't even know it. We turned it into a number 2 spot in all of New England. You know what I mean? It was like a crazy place. Shit. Mansfield, where I grew up, has a concert hall there. So it's like you'd have thousands of dollars of orders coming in from celebrities. And Eminem, I remember, ordered like 90 sandwiches, and we had to like make it for him. It was like, crazy stuff like that. And like, so we learned about what it's like. I mean, whatever. D'Angelo's, we opened you up at night. We partied at 3 a.m. and friggin' did our things in that D'Angelo's. But we learned about life. Hours. Yeah, we poured the Hennessy out. Yeah, we got the ice trays, filled them up. We had a huge party there. Like you learn about life too there. But whatever. So D'Angelo's, then margaritas. I learned about cooking. I learned about hospitality. I learned about a different aspect of it all. You know, and it's a low end experience. It's not, you can't be a line cook and expect to go far unless you really invest in yourself, invest in your chef, and invest in your building and your life. It's the restaurant industry is a lifestyle that must be adopted. You're working at night, you're changing your life, you have a different set of standards, you sleep different, you eat different. Mm-hmm. Like if you're a cook, believe me, you ain't cooking for yourself, you're cooking for everybody else, you know? And then you see servers making a lot more money than you, and you got to deal with that. And you got to look at your own inadequacies and who you are as a person and what it means to grow and find your way. So, and many people accept other forms of life, whether it's like drugs, alcohol, easy living, or just low standards, or maybe life puts you in a place where you just choose this is what you're good at. Whatever it comes down to, it doesn't matter. But what I experienced there was a way to see corporations in action and lots of people involved, and what standards are, and what an individual means. Because a chef is a person who invests in themselves to create something every single time. And if they're believed in by another, the corporations above them, then they're hired to work for establishments. It's rare when you see the true celebrities in the world making their way. You know, it's like we all fight for this attention to be singled out, but there are reasons why others rise and others don't. So that aside, D'Angelo's, margaritas, and then I finished college, and I realized I was not supposed to be in science, and I needed something with people. I needed things with emotion. I actually had experiences that led me to the Lord God Almighty, like beyond you guys. Like I'm telling you, like
near-death experiences.
Near-death experiences.
Give us one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like if I'm gonna throw out a sensational item, just blow your minds and like break some laws of physics, like I've seen God heal cancer on the spot. Like I've seen people literally healed on the spot. Like something that, and then they go to the hospital because they faint, and the doctors say, your cancer is gone. This makes no sense. We don't know what's going on. Stage 5 is gone. Like, you're a miracle. You're a walking miracle. And they have no idea what happened. But they're living the story of rejuvenation, life, and a miraculous existence. Right. And they get to take care of their 5 children for the rest of their life. And they're still alive today. Wow. It's like, so there's things that like go on where God showed himself to me. I mean, in a very meticulous, calculated way that grows you as a person. You know,
were there things you were doing that led to those things happening to you, like it being shown to you? Yeah, were you kind of like a non-believer?
So I brought up the dreams in the beginning, and this is like where it all kind of started. Is like I would have dreams that would exceptional dreams that would last. I've written down 14 pages of dreams so many times. It's like, it's not even, I have binders. I have things that I've collected over time. And my twin brother's doing the same thing. And then we're like experiencing death and loss and like drugs were messing up like people that we knew and our family and separations and just things that we have questions. So what do? We were faithful people raised in a Lutheran church. And when I was 10, I realized God was real and I knew what was going on. And I lost my father, but I found out he was my father, and I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I had this, and it was a special experience I had as a 10-year-old. But then when I was 18, my identical twin brother goes to a psychic that my mom took us to a long time ago, and was like, I need help. I don't know what direction to go in. I don't know what to do. I want a soulmate. You know what I mean? So the matters of the heart moved my twin flesh to ask questions to what turned out to be the right person who is a psychic. Her name's Evita. She's absolutely amazing. Evita's an unbelievable person who's changed my life and showed me the power of the spirit and the power and the revelations behind where I sit today. And I met her when I was like, I think I was 12 or 13. And then we met again when I was 18. And Ben had wanted to know who his soulmate was, and he wanted to know what was going on. So he went to seek spiritual answers, and he had no idea what he's getting into. It's very taboo. And we found that this person was literally founded in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so we found someone who was spiritual, who was psychic, and was connected to God. And if we get into any spiritual concepts, when we balance out the good and the bad of this world and what we're supposed to experience in existence, we have to do a screen check. We had to pass life through a sieve, pass the invisible through the sieve of Jesus Christ to know what's real and what's not. Because if you're approaching spiritual invisibilities and consciousness that exist in this world, and you don't know if it's good or bad, then you could be misled or you could be led in the right direction. Right. So the only way to do that is to pass it through the sieve of Christ the Lord. Right. And if this manifests and it works, then you have literally the consciousness of God on your side for the endeavors that you're choosing to endure. And this is a gift that we all have access to, but it's very hard to approach it because you need the full heart. Right. So this is something that is profound and complex, and it actually does relate to what I do with my life. Yeah. But when it comes down to, and also the walls that I face with people when I train them and transform them, and I can see their walls because God is with me, showing me the invisible in their heart that they're not willing to face, or that the things they need to overcome to become new people, because this is revitalization training. It's not just, what I do is not just
yeah, not just surface
level. I'm not giving you this knowledge. I'm not just giving you professional. I'm not just giving you personality. I'm giving you a life revamp. Right. I'm giving you a growth. Yeah. I'm giving you a capacity to expand all that you are and give it through service and get paid while doing it. So it's a great friggin' vibe. You know what I mean? But many people don't know they have access to it. But service is a key to existence. Yeah. And whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're wealthy, you all know how good it feels to sit at a restaurant and get properly taken care of.
Absolutely.
Right? These are part of the blessings that exist with all that we are. There's nothing more important than spending the time and the money that you invest in your business with the ones you love, by going out and spending money on sustenance and on celebration. Yeah. On booze and alcohol, on everything else in between, on the finest wagyu in the world, set on fire, melting into your mouth, you know, the effervescence of France, rocking your brain, taking it to the next level. So this is what you need to inspire in people, and the spiritual foundations that I found through all these things. Whether which way we go right now in this conversation, I'm not really sure, but I'm enjoying the flow of of meaning behind it all. And that's what I want you guys to take from this complex discourse of thought. Okay.
I love it.
So the spiritual things that led me through the miraculous put me into a situation where I had to find a career that was going to work.
So what happened?
I experienced an intense period of opposition for all of my existence. I was going to be a psychotherapist. I was going to go wild with spirituality. I was living raw. I was seeing things that didn't make sense, but the Bible was true, and I'm like, what do I do with my life? Like, I know I'm destined for more, and that's when you know through the curses that you experience, for someone who's truly experiencing this stuff, you have the blessings that are ready to be unleashed on your life. Right. And you guys, whether you know it or not, are part of these blessings today. All right. This is an epic moment where people deserve to hear the complexity of a life that hasn't been told yet. But it's something that's experienced. And I want people to understand that we're in it together and that we're experiencing these things together, and that talking about it is one of the only ways to actually experience it. We have the gift of being able to record this and to let this out and let people reflect and think about it and take it in. And that's what I want people to embrace too, is that there's a worthiness behind discovering your own spiritual nature that leads you to your career. And sometimes your career is not built in your spirituality, but your spirituality can balance your career to bring bigger blessings into what you do. And into what your family receives, into the vacations you have, into the lifestyles you choose.
Everything.
And if you're lucky enough, you'll get to eternity on it. You'll bring it to eternity, all right?
Hell yeah.
So service might do that. I don't know. We don't know everything.
So how did it, coming full circle?
Thanks so much. Thanks for tying it in. So I went through devastation in my life. A lot of stuff happened, and after college, and I went through financial hardship. And then my brother was convinced me. He's like, he was working 3 jobs, doing moving, serving, and like something else. And I had just finished college, and he's like, and I'm like in a desperate situation. He's like, listen, I'm the head waiter at Longhorn. All right, a fucking Longhorn. And he was like, and they don't even have head waiters. He was just like the best of the best at the place. And from like 11 o'clock to like 7 a.m., this boy lectured me and convinced my brain I need to get out of cooking and go into serving. And he taught me what to do. And we spoke all night long. I'll never forget it. It was unbelievable. And because he was the waiter at Longhorn and he was my identical twin, I went and applied at the Longhorn up here in New Hampshire, and they gave me the job thinking I was him. And I had no experience, 0 experience. And they hired me thinking I was him. And
did you do that on purpose?
Dude, it was a blessing. There was all this confusion. They had no idea what was going on. And he was going to move up in 6 months. So they had all this, like, this confusion blessed me. When confusion usually fucks you, you know? It's like, so it blessed me. And I got the job. I did 2.5 years there. It worked out really well. And I'll tell you, the first time that I went to a table, the very first time I went to a table.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Yo, I gave personality. I'll never forget these people. Like, they ordered their steaks, their fillets, little Philo's filet and French onion soup, like whatever. All right, this is the pinnacle of New Hampshire. It's fine. All right, you're going to go see a movie.
Ain't no Giselle.
Like, dude, that guy gave me $20 for like just a couple of minutes of my time, like an hour of my time. And in that hour, I didn't make $12. I made 20. And I had 3 other tables. So all of a sudden I made $100 instead of $12, and I was hooked. I was like, literally, I walked away from that table with a $20 bill. Like, this is it. Like, I know what to do. And now I'm getting like $1,200 tips, like $2,000, $10,000, like whatever it comes down to, the generosity of the hearts of the people that I interact with and that God has put me in. Tipping has become something, an act of God. It's not, it's like, it really, like seeing someone like you walk into my building, and I know you sit down and I know the heart that you have. And I didn't know your heart the first time I knew you, but I gave you my heart. Oh, you did. And I showed you what it means, and you showed me the mirror back in you, and you give that light back to me in the generosity of how you feel. You're giving me the work of your life for the memories that you enjoyed, and this is where it comes full circle on a level that's magnanimous, you know, from an original $20 operation to something now it's like $6K figure, no problem. Like you're crushing it and giving everyone what they deserve. Yeah. It's a level that's not even normal. But the serving went from there And I found I had a moment in my life where I had no job for like 4 or 5 months. It was a big problem I had. I had prayed to God. I had done like special rituals to be spiritual and cleanse my life, to fast, to pray, to walk, to be in the sunlight, to be in
just everything.
Yes, I gave everything to it, and I discovered Tuckaway Tavern and Butchery. It's in Raymond, New Hampshire. It's not world class, but it's got a vibe that's unlike anything else. It dials into its niche unlike anything else. It's a middle class establishment. I say world class for Giselle. Am I going to say world class Tuckaway? I was thinking about this last night. Do I say it's world class? Well, the steaks are the best quality. The chef is absolutely out of this universe. Bobby Marcotte, I love you. But when it comes down to a world-class experience, I want my champagne in there, which you just got Dom P on the fucking menu for the first time in fucking 10 and a half years, like 11 years. So I think he's inspired by us because they are the best of the best for what they do. And steak, seafood, mac and cheese. And I found this job. My identical twin brother now works there. He's one of the best waiters in the entire place, if not the best. He's a magician. And now just 2 days ago, my niece got hired there. It's like my family's going full circle. Like the blessings that I did to figure this out 12 years ago, now my family's in here. And this is something I wanted to speak about because I feel like this job that I do doesn't have all the satisfaction in the world. It's something you have to pull it out of your heart to understand the satisfaction behind it. But when I can look back and say that the spiritual things that I did, the things that I endured, now my 15-year-old niece has a job at the place that people that I've loved and worked for and cried with and suffered with too. You know what I mean? The restaurant industry is brutal. Yeah. Now they're hiring her. It's like that's a full circle moment that we deserve in this world to create things for people. I don't have kids, but she's my niece. And this is something that's full circle for me. So Tuckaway happened. And this is where I became, after 2 years, Bobby sat me down in his office and he was like, I want you to train the staff. I want you to retest the staff. I want you to do everything that you do for these people.
Shake some shit up.
And this is what I did. I went in there scared, not knowing what to do, looking at 18 people that I had to change their lives. And now the drama, the personality, the drama, dude, I'm sorry. We know women, they have fucking drama. Guess how many of them were servers over there? Like all of them. I was one of like 2 guys. Like it was literally like a psychotic effect of pressure where I had to take the dumb, the smart, and the in-between, the personable, the unprofessional,
and the crazy.
Everyone. Yeah, the crazy. Holy shit. That's crazy. And I had to go, I'm like, I am menu testing now, all of you. And I knew none of them knew shit. Yeah. But when I came, what I did, every single thing came from my heart. Every single thing came from the fact that through science, through psychology, the blessing of the science was the fact that I learned about systems. I learned about informational breakdown, and I learned about what it takes to take information sets and display them in a way that is suggestive, personable, desirable, within reach, even if it's out of reach, or within reach, like this is something that you can experience and make you want to spend what's in your wallet. I'm about to have an experience. So things grew, and I created something called Tenets of Table Service. And
love it.
It was like my original, like 60-page document that grew over time. I knew nothing about wine. All I knew about was service and food. And it was the beginning of what I was trying to create for all people. But I was given white people, poor, middle class, average intelligence, and a little beyond. You know what I mean? It wasn't about superstars. It wasn't about like full education. It was about dialing in to the people that you're with. And even if I was more educated than them, it was about humbling myself to teach them about what it means to give more than what they thought was their natural inclination. Yeah. And I was given 9 years to do that. And over 9 years, through fighting, through tears, through growing, through so much suffering, there was suffering involved. It wasn't this is not the easiest thing to deal with. And I was cutting it from the hip. This is where I learned about what it means to grow someone's container. And when I look at you like your heart, okay? Like the Grinch. You remember the little movie when his heart grows 3 times and like his container explodes? This is what happens, all right? An individual thinks, oh, I'm the best. I'm so good. I know what I'm doing. I talk the talk. I do this. but they're not making sales. They're not making connections. They're not getting reviews. They're not representing anything knowledgeably, professionally, or personality. Maybe it's all personality. Maybe it's professional if you're lucky. But when it comes down to it, you don't know what people truly have to offer. And that's when the training process that I engaged in, I had these people that I knew very well, and I had to transform their lives. I was given the challenge and the opportunity to change them, and I did. And it started with knowledge, because so many people knew nothing. And then it started with professionalism. So many people didn't know the standard of how to exist. And then it went into personality. Like, how does you let your personality shine if you don't have knowledge and professionalism? So these are the 3 tenets that I created: knowledge, professionalism, and personality, in that order. If you do not have this order of operation, then what are you in your business of sales? You're nothing. All right. Look at your own heart. Look at your own existence. Look at people you know. If they're not knowledgeable, what do they have? They have a lack of information. They're shooting from the hip. They're giving you all sunshine and rainbows. They're not giving you the integrity of what you deserve. If you have professionalism, you have a standard of excellence that cuts across demographical obligations and barriers. You have something that can exist in a way that sets a standard of treatment for all individuals. And if you have personality, it should be shining from a standpoint that exists with the integrity of knowledge and the power of professionalism. If you're lacking those things and you only exist on personality, you're a little show on fire that burns out. And honey, you ain't got enough. All right. So like, you're not going to last. Okay. You're not going to make it to Miami. You're not going to make it to New York. You're not going to make it to Dubai. You're not going to make it to the places that you deserve to be. And even if you're at Raymond, New Hampshire, existing where you are, you're not doing enough. And so now I created a standard. I created a set of information, and it worked. That place gained Food Network attention. Guy Fieri came several times. Bobby Marcotte has become nationally famous.
With obviously a lot of your help.
And my help is the background. And it's something that's
crazy.
Yeah, they don't want people to see that all the time, because it is a powerful ace in the hole. And it's something that you need. But what I said to you guys earlier was that what I was trying to say to you, and it's still a problem today, is that people don't know how to manage me. And is that I am a person who is very difficult to manage, because I have so much potential, so much existence, so much power, so much authority, so much knowledge, and I have so much awareness of what's going on. The place at Tuckaway, literally, they were able to go from 3 or 4 managers to 1 manager a night. And the staff was so well trained that nobody needed to be monitoring the staff, because they were executing to such a status that became famous in the area and put it on the map. And my life changed in a powerful direction, where even though my twin brother was working there, even though my family was there, even though my life was there, and I had given everything in the world to that place, God knew I needed a change. And so I was given a change in the form of, people revealing themselves as enemies. And when you have this situation going on, you have to either fight your enemies, you have to endure your enemies, you have to overcome your enemies. You should pray for your enemies. Don't ever forget that. All right. You should absolutely pray for your enemies. And I got to tell you, that was one of the things that changed my life for the positive. And I've seen results to it. Even though years it takes, it manifests into something incredible.
Hell yeah.
So what happened to me is I had to leave Tuckaway. All right. There was a couple situations that occurred that I had to move on. And even though I was scared, I was nervous, I was worried. I didn't know what was going to happen. I grabbed everything I love, and I got fired. All right. I got to tell you the story. I got fired. Okay. It was insane for the worst reasons ever. I don't know if we should get into it.
No, whatever. We don't need to get into details.
I got to tell you, it was minimally controversial, and it was absolutely petty. And this is where personal things get in the way of business. And so I was removed for one reason or another. Okay. So I go into prayer and fasting. I pray and I fast and I pray and I pray and I pray. I mean, I prayed it was wild. Okay.
With purpose. What do you pray for?
With purpose, with integrity, with a reality, with a passion, with a not knowing what's next. And and God tells me, he's like, you're free. He's like, you're free. I've set you free. You're no longer bound to Tuckaway. You're no longer bound to a place that, even though you loved with your heart and soul and you changed everything you possibly could, you asked me for more. And I'm giving you more.
Here you go.
So get ready to be set free. And I felt angel wings around me. I felt the freedom, the flight, the power, the golden light. I felt it, okay? Through my tears, my passion, on the couch, whatever.
Yeah.
So the next day, this business is in New Hampshire. We're in Miami. They don't snow out here, all right? It snows out there. It snows this high out there.
We get different type of snow out here.
And we don't close. Yeah, the snow in Miami ain't not the snow we're dealing with in New Hampshire. These boys don't know shit. So fucking that snow rose above the heads. Okay, it's like, and they would not cancel that restaurant. They would not close for a day. So I get fired. The very next, I go to my bosses. I talk to them. I cry to them. I speak to them. I tell them everything. I tell them the truth. The truth is where I stand. And that's where I always stood, through the good and the bad, through it all. And they know it's messed up, but they want to give their new management. So ownership they built new restaurants. They had 3 concepts. They were caring less about their individual location. They were exploring new ideas. They had other people with a bigger grip on their business that were actually negatively impacting it, okay? That weren't as qualified and were more personally invested than professionally invested. So this is why I go to them, cry to them, talk to them. Oh, I go to God. I tell him everything that's going on. I pray, I cry, I fast. The very next day, a rainstorm happens in New Hampshire. A rainstorm. Rain. Black clouds literally go over this restaurant. And fucking they close the restaurant because of rain. Okay? What has really happened is a black cloud encircled the hearts and the minds and the place that I gave my existence to, and over the hearts and the minds of those that I gave my life to, and that they were weeping internally for the loss of their head trainer, waiter. They loved me. They were my best friend. They are my best friends. They are my closest people in this world that I interacted with.
How do you feel like you gained their respect to trust you to kind of lead them into, that
through years of consistent passion, perseverance, tears, training, the lies that were spoken against me. Many people in this world who have invested time and devotion in other businesses have created restaurants, and that speaks to ownership. And ownership is something that is unique and powerful, and is something that has a vision and something that usually is financially backed. Like 100%, it's all about financials. There's visions. People have dreams and they have goals, but they don't know how to acquire them. It's my problem. It's your problem. It's probably your problem as well. It's probably our collective problem as a species. And when it comes down to what I can do for a business, I talked about kind of being people not knowing how to manage me and not knowing how to guide me as an individual, because I'm there training people and inspiring them. And I've realized I've had to write my own curriculums for these things. But I want people in ownership to realize the value of what they're doing, and the fact that they desperately need to adopt the value of training their staff to create moments and possibilities and opportunities that exist forever. When people come to your venue, they need to experience things that they can hold in their memory that have value and importance. And if they don't have that, then they are losing the entire gift of hospitality, and your restaurant is lost.
For sure.
So take advantage of the fact that there are people in this world who are inspired. You need to find out how to inspire them. I'm here to help you get inspired. I'm here to help you understand that the sales behind the restaurant corporations have a way to make a difference in lives. So what you're doing is actually bigger than anything you've ever done. But what you're doing is also needs to be focused on the people who work for you. And the people who work for you have goals and dreams and visions too. So if you inspire their visions and dreams, you will create a business that's exceptional. And that is where a person like me, a trainer, comes in to help people understand these values and these things and change the perspective on hospitality.
The culture,
everything, the value, the speak, the language is so important. And I want to inspire people to be a part of this. And maybe I've lost the discourse of what I was exactly talking about. But when it comes down to what we need and what we value, I think that I spent a lot of time trying to inspire my ownership to be more and to grow more and to invest in people through training. And the results were unmatched. And that is where people grew and they wanted to be a part of the restaurant culture even more. And that is what I brought to Tuckaway Tavern and Butchery in a way that I can barely encapsulate in this conversation now.
Sure.
And so I'd like to move forward and just proceed with kind of the development of what happened in my life instead of just
so
how
did you get to Miami?
So it was the prayers, it was the motions, the rain cloud over Tuckaway. Okay, all this stuff happened. Okay, so remember the rain cloud? I was telling you about this stuff. So the rain cloud fucking happened over Tuckaway, and it rained. They closed the business 2 days after I was fired. All right. So they didn't close just because
Which
of rain.
they never do.
They closed because of the emotional recompense of dealing with what they did. And they said to me, like, this is the biggest mistake we ever made. We love you so much. The business needs someone like you, and that this problem can be overcome. And that is something that we all need to approach as business professionals. Sure. What can be overcome and what cannot, and what is the real problem in your business?
Yeah. So they had a place in Miami.
Yeah. So God was like, listen, Nathan, like, you ain't got nothing else to do with your life. There's a place with terrible reviews, ungodly spending, and there is just something that needs to be done in this world. And Avita, of all the people that I told you about, told me, come to Kiki on the River. Call Kiki on the River. Kiki. Say you want a reservation. Kiki. All right? Say you want a reservation at the hottest spot in fucking on the river. All right? I called, and the hostess said, yeah, you should bring $2,000. $2,000 to experience what you need to experience. This girl blew my mind. I don't even know how I even talk to a hostess, because all they got is fucking call girls setting reservations. But I talked to a hostess, and she told me to bring $2K. And at a place where $2K was your entire night of spending, $3K was a max spending. $4K was Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day. Like $2K in a night was an easy spend.
Welcome to Miami.
I know I can be a part of this culture. Like, are you serious? I know I can improve this culture. You look at the reviews, they were straight violent, okay? They were violent reviews of people angry of the money they spent and the value they got. And when
so you showed up, and what happened?
So I showed up. So I secretly flew down to Miami within the 2 weeks that I was removed. And I didn't tell you, but I skipped it. But the rain cloud happened. They rehired me immediately the next day and gave me my job back. And I knew I had to make changes. And I knew that God wanted me in a bigger, more powerful direction. And all the guests telling me that I need to be in some place more expensive, more fancy, more this, more that. What are you doing here? Why aren't you in the best places in the world?
You might have been capped
all
there,
this stuff.
Know?
Say it again.
You might have been capped there. Just
I was capped there. No,
sure.
I was capped there through the trainings, the procedures, the photos, the gifts, the guide that I gave them, and the way that I was going, like the lack of knowledge that I had. I never worked with a sommelier. There was so much that happened that when I landed at Kiki, I went in there again. Number 1, fasting. Number 2, praying. Number 3, present. Okay, I was in there present as a motherfucker. Go to see King Vegan of all people. Okay, this guy comes in there like this.
What happened?
Dude, I walk into Kiki on the River. Unbelievable experience. Avita sitting in the car outside praying for me. I go in there. They give me a 60-second interview. 60 seconds is all I got with Vegan. And
what was the question?
Dude, they like, oh, you're the guy from New Hampshire. I was like, yes, I am. We've been wanting to meet you. All right, excellent.
Here I am. What's up?
Thank you. I'm here. Like, and I got to tell you, like, I was not like, I'm like, I've been working out a lot. Miami vibes powerful. Like, I've been losing weight. I've been doing good. Like, I was not the same man I was at that point that I was now that Miami has impacted my existence and showed me what it means to be a little extra beautiful. You know, we're all about that life.
You look good, man. You look good.
Yeah, we're here. So that's where I walk into this place and I see the most stunning, beautiful people working there. It's mind blowing when you see the people there. It's like, okay,
it's crazy.
Dude, okay, the women out here, like, I'm not even kidding. Like 1 in 10,000 in New Hampshire, 10,001 out here. Like, it's, if that makes any sense, I think you understand what I'm trying to say.
Sense,
but
bro.
It's absolutely wild. The graces,
the
given. We've been given the playground of Miami. Okay, so
hell yeah,
it is a playground. So, and Kiki is a spot. So
it is.
I went there. I experienced vegan. I experienced the ownership. They gave me a 60-second interview. They asked me questions about wine. They asked me questions about life and what I want to do and what hospitality is to me. And they hired me on the spot. I go back to New Hampshire. I'm like, all right, what do I do?
I'm out this bitch.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it.
See ya.
Dude, when I left, I had secretly deleted all the files of the computer at Tuckaway, and I took all my materials, and they said they needed help, and I was like, it was a powerful moment. I mean, I was through tears. I deleted everything on the computer because of ignorance of the person who fired me. Like when it comes down to it, God showed his face and showed me the integrity of what I have and what people don't deserve. And I left in a very positive, emotional, crazy state of acceptance for new things. And I'm not even like my mother was going through the most intense things with fighting cancer, and incredible things were happening. And I was like, and my family was moving on from the most incredible things that humans go through. And I was like, I need to grow. Right. And I took the job. I left in 14 days. I landed in Miami. I drove down, balls to the wall.
Hell yeah.
Fuck it. Landed in Little Havana, which I'm still there. Hey. I got the culture shock of my life. Literally, I was telling you earlier, I spoke 10 years of Spanish as in high school and in college. Passed a course. I did a really good job, but I didn't use it for 10 years. And then I landed in Miami, and the culture shock I received was frightening.
Bro, it was talk so fast.
No, the Spanish out here is definitely different. I mean,
dude,
they got even I'm fluent in Spanish, and the Spanish out here.
Exactly. This is precisely the fact and the questioning that we should all be encountering in a worldly place, as a playground that we all live in together in this world out here in Miami. This is a place where we can find diversity. This is where we can experience the world and be given opportunities for all things. And at Kiki in the River, there was at least 5 languages being spoken. And when I walked into that place, I spoke perfect English and no other language. I started speaking other dialects. I started adding, literally I had a new accent. I had all kinds of things going on. People are like, you're Greek, aren't you? Who are you? Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, I'm Italian and French, and I speak English, and I'm fucking sorry. I'm misleading you, but my brain is doing things I can't control.
Literally,
and it was a wild thing. And I told you earlier, I was deciding, I made a choice. I'm going to speak English, okay? I'm going to try to share the English language that my mother taught me so much how to speak and how to write and how to grow and how to perfect this language and speak it around others. People would ask me, you have no accent. Who are you? What are you? What is going on here?
Well-spoken American.
At Kiki on the River, you go in there, and I would give them my presentation, not the presentation of others, and they would be blown away, and they'd be embracing American English speak because it's a world-class place. So I got introduced to the worldliness of Miami. Now, Kiki on the River was a battle. It was an absolute battle. It's a war ground. If you go into that place and you act like you have thin skin, guess what? When I came to Miami, fucking what I had going on, I fucking borrowed $5,000 from one of my best friends. Let me borrow the money. I came down here. I moved. I did it. And what I chose to do was walk to fucking work every fucking night. I was walking to work, looking at the dreams of my past, seeing the visions of things coming manifest, that I am here for a reason. And even I can't afford an Uber, I'm going to fucking do it. And I fucking couldn't afford that Uber. And I walked home after 12-hour fucking shifts, locked out of my house, all kinds of crazy, stupid shit. And you grow from these experiences, and you realize I'm here for a reason. I'm going to fight, and I'm going to be the man that I'm supposed to be.
How'd that feel?
And I have a vision, and it's not about anything else in the past, but I'm here now walking these streets and making this fucking happen. And from there, in 3 months, I became the head waiter of Kiki on the River. And I was promoted through Zandra and fucking Dean Sakanis and fucking and Vegan fucking blessed me, and all the owners blessed me. I love you guys. We've been through a lot. You know what's going on. You see this. I love you. It's just a lot going on. But we had a lot going on. And when it came down to it, I learned what it means to grow. And I learned what it means to see human beings in Miami thinking they are the best in the business when they're not. And the ego oversees everything that we go through as people, and that they think they're salesmen doing the right thing, crushing it. Drugs, alcohol, fucking vibes, money,
rented
girls,
Ferraris,
everything. The cars lined up. I can't even deal with the power. And I could tell you stories. We can get into stories if you want. I'd love to share stories. We'd have a segment on stories. But when it comes down to what people experience and the exuberance of life itself has to offer for when we choose to celebrate. Yeah. And I was gifted with the ability to see this in action and be a part of it. But when it comes down to what I experienced there, I rose to the top very quickly. And it was an edge. On day 2, I walked in there. Day 2. Okay. So we're driving through Georgia on the way down. I'm memorizing the menu at Kiki on the River. On the plane, I memorized 10 wines, word to word, Google everything. The left bank of Bordeaux, the right bank of Bordeaux, sipping Petrus to make your life an elevated experience beyond any other. It's just like wild things. But I learned about a mignonette. I learned about what goes with an oyster. I learned about the garlic, the shallots, the black pepper, and the accents that add flavor.
Shit's fucking crazy.
And
Talking money, baby. Talking money.
Dude, I chose to fucking
talk to me
speak on
nice.
it on day 2 at
nice.
Kiki on the River. 40 people, 30 people get together, assistants, servers, everyone. They pull management meetings, and fucking I describe what a mignonette is. And the manager, who became my boss and my coworker and my partner and a lot of things, screams, "How does day 2 know what this is? Day 2, you're day 2, you're day 2." I became known as day 2. I was day 2. Yeah. So fucking day 2 knew what was fucking going on, and it spoke to what was missing. Yeah. And it spoke to what is, even in a place that people spend, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 and beyond.
Easy.
The staff is unaware.
So, and that's what I want to say for a second is, if anyone doesn't know Kiki's, which a lot of people do, the Drake song, whatever, but if you've actually experienced Kiki's, yes, it's a fun vibe. You could go there with your friends. You could get food. You could get drinks. It's a vibe, whatever. But literally the most wealthy people pulling up on their yachts. You serve dinner on the actual yacht. And so what you were just saying is like that level of service and knowing what pairs with this type of food and this drink and this and that. It's
a way to elevate beyond.
Mind-blowing. Because most people don't do that.
Exactly.
For Omar's birthday, that was fun.
Yeah,
I mean, and this is.
But again, it was like okay, cool. We got bottle service. We ordered our food, but the server wasn't at that level.
Oh no! I didn't even notice the service.
Exactly.
You feel it. You understand it.
Food there.
Yeah.
But you don't notice the presence of who's ever presenting it to you.
So what happened? So Kiki's happens. We don't need to get into the details, but
they saw potential in me. They hired a new CEO. They promoted a new general manager. And that when we all work together to an elite standard to achieve what billionaires want, what millionaires want, what normal people want, and what low end, middle end, and low end people want.
They want to experience it.
This is experiences on the river. It was an amazing concept that I was able to develop and build an incredible project for them. And they utilized very effectively to train the staff and bring an incredible experience to those who are spending world-class money. And it was a beautiful experience where I learned so much from those around me. Javier and Mehdi and people who work there. These are people who live this lifestyle. These are people who jump on yachts. These are people who come on and off, who know how to cater to millionaires and billionaires and their preferences. Champagne is a goal. Champagne is something that the wealthy and people like that choose to celebrate with. And we need to understand how to help people celebrate with them properly. And that's where refinement, class, sophistication, understanding systems of information come into play. And you can't have a glass case full of $300,000 worth of product and not know how to break it down properly. You can't have a menu. And as much as you have the high-end item, you can't have a $36 chicken not being treated the same. You have to treat all experiences the same and give every person the same. And then you also have to know how to tell someone your big dick status. I got you. You need a $36,000 bottle of fucking X, Y, and Z.
He almost tried to do that to us.
Celebrate the night.
He almost tried to do that to us.
Hey,
yeah.
So real quick, tell this story. We gotta hear this. We gotta hear this story.
Bro,
that
was your birthday, right?
It's
Your
my
30th
birthday. First night we met you, coming full circle back to the beginning of our episode.
We're walking in there. It's like Miami. We're not really. It's first time in the restaurant, and we fucking love it. We're sitting there. Steaks are coming, and we look to our left or whatever, and we're like in the booths. And there's bottles of Dom Perignon, probably like 15 or 20 of them, just stacked around the whole freaking
Dom
the
P,
booth
Ace of
there.
Spades, everything.
So, gentlemen, are we having any cocktails tonight? Would you like to compete? And he points over to the fucking table.
This motherfucker literally looks
I
at
said
all
that.
of
I
us
said that.
and
Oh
says,
my God.
"Look to your left. Do you want to
Jokingly.
compete?"
Oh my
Joke-
God.
jokingly,
I got
jokingly.
you. I'm sorry.
And we're like,
But
probably
it
not
was,
tonight.
Yo.
it was cool though.
But
it was cool.
exactly, and that's the type
This
of
is the
experience.
culture. This
Yeah.
is the
It's the cul-
existence.
Like, you don't
know. You
believe it or
exactly.
not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know everything about you guys, but I know you're here to party and you're here to live and you're here to let loose. And if the
Yeah.
opportunity
So
calls,
it was-
like, we're willing to show you,
It was-
show the world and everyone around you who you are.
Crazy
And this is-
experience.
No, you're for sure
Yeah.
gauging
And
us. You know,
it-
trying to figure
yeah,
us out.
you don't
Yep.
know, right? We
No.
could have dropped whatever, but
But maybe
yeah,
you're
so-
willing to break that little credit card
Exactly.
and fucking show the world
Exactly.
what you're about and experience the finer
Exactly.
things in
You
life.
never know,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But so how did the transition come from Kiki to Giselle? Because we got some questions we want to fire off at you.
So I left
how did that
Kiki
transition?
after like a lot of different things happened, and basically I had to move on.
Sure.
And it was like time for me to grow. I was gonna lead a couple different projects with them, and it just things didn't align with everyone.
Yeah, they didn't
involved.
work out.
And so I left, and I had 3 months of waiting, and it was difficult. You know, I didn't know what to do and where to go and what to do, but
you've been here before. You've been in that space before.
I've been in that space, and you know the spirit. I've spoke to you about the spiritual man that I am, and I ain't about to give up. I'm about to fucking put in the ultimate effort. I'm about to
25-8.
change everything, and
Hey.
and I'm about to put my little resume out. Like, you know what I mean? Like this. My resume is not stupid. Like, my resume is ridiculous.
I mean, you
like,
got called to move to
so
Miami,
how do I
you
find
know?
the right place? You know what I mean? What do I do? This girl calls me that I worked with at Kiki, and she was the worst. The worst. But that's all I'm
We
gonna
won't
say.
Shout out
name
to-
her.
shout out to her.
We won't name her.
But this girl, like, I always chose to be kind and loving and caring.
That's good.
And this is where my godliness and my Christianity fucking came through.
She hooked you up.
Hard body.
She
yeah.
hooked you up.
She called me 3, 4, 5 times. Go to Giselle. What are you doing? Go to Giselle. Like, go work for 11. I'm like, 11? That's where Kiki on the River always talk. Every little guest spending $35,000 fucking dollars to be like, I'm going to 11 right after this to fucking live my life. Like, 11? I can't go above 11. What do you mean? 11's a strip club. I'm gonna work above Giselle. Who's she, a whore?
Ultra,
Like, I'm
Ultra
wondering.
Club, Ultra Club.
Yeah,
Not a strip
Ultra
club.
You're right. I don't know what was going on.
Well, that's what we
But
call
let
them?
me tell you, I
That's what we
walked
call them now?
into 11. My mother, of all people, for the first time, complicated as I brought this woman down on New Year's Eve to come down for my the celebration or whatever. Wouldn't speak to me on the plane down. I love you, Mom. You're the best ever. But she wouldn't speak to me on the plane down. That's how it started. And it was colorful, but it was great. But this woman sat in the car for 2.5 hours while I had an interview with Giselle. And
Oh, shit.
2.5 hour interview is a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
No,
This is
absolutely.
like this
They're
is
interested.
about
They're
us
invested.
fucking exploring existence and fucking wondering what it means to grow. And I walked into 11 and it was the most beautiful setup. Every screen had every single thing from a menu, cocktails, food. The chef was there. All the people were there. The exuberance, the hospitality, the joy. It was not fucking normal. I walked into this place and received a king's treatment. And this was 11? Are you serious? Like, their reputation, literally, like, their reputation, I think, is great. But nobody knows how great it really is.
Yeah.
How do you truly know of the pure hospitality, power, enrichment, like loyalty that exists in this company? It's unbelievable. And then TRP, the restaurant people, joined this group and they came together. And together, the people they hired were of an incredible quality that they saw value in me. And they immediately, spiel your menu from Kiki on the River. You haven't been there, but spiel it. I spieled it to Mehdi, the GM right now, and he was like, this is the best I've heard out of any candidate we've hired, which was they interviewed 500 people and 500 people in Miami. And then I'm there on the last day and like, you're the done deal. Okay. So I'm drooling at the mouth trying to look at the general manager's fucking secret notes of his menu and all this stuff. And he's like trying to show me everything. And I'm like, I know what I can do for this guy. Like, he has no idea what I can do for this
Hell
guy.
yeah,
Like,
this guy's like
it was
fucking
something
horny,
unbelievable.
baby.
And they hired me. And I got the job. I run up to my mom, who's been sitting there for 2.5 hours. We celebrate. We're happy. You know what I mean? It's like something incredible. And then all of a sudden, you're above 11 Ultra Club. And
Hell
you're
yeah.
living your life. And you see this beautiful marble. You see the South African marble. You see the green colors. You see the jungle vibe. You see the roof above you opening up, giving you the sky above you, the world at your fingertips. This place was built for me. This was not a normal experience, gentlemen. This was a place, I swear to you,
Deja vu.
what I read
It just brought you alive.
and what I seen in their original documentation, it was built for me. And we did a 6-week training process, which I've aced. You know what I mean? I stood up. I came up with the fucking term that actually,
Still
whatever. We came up with the term, Giselle's best friends are caviar and champagne. And a beautiful woman named Lorena stood up and spoke it because we passed out all of our spiels to the whole group. And she stood up speaking my spiel to the whole group, speaking about who her best friends are. And the whole place went silent, erupted in fucking cheers. And like,
Hell yeah.
we're sitting in 11 Ultra Club at the fucking VIP pit, fucking talking about who Giselle is, manifesting this concept.
Yes, sir.
And they hired me to be the trainer as well. They wanted me to move forward and help them with the process that is very obligatory and very demanding and very challenging for management, which is a trainer.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the head of the positions, and they're like, "What's a trainer? What do you mean? What, like the president of the company? What's a trainer?
Exactly.
What is this?" And even someone who has so much at their opportunity in their fingertips and so many experiences, and they have ascertained a business, which like for me, it's a mystery. Like, how do you get a business? Like, I'm trying to ascertain what it means to have a business, what it means to have these things and grow people and do things. Well, guess what? You have an elite, incredible company under you, and training and a trainer is something that should be a part of it. But this is a revolutionary concept that is missed in the restaurant industry because of the lack of education. Okay. Right. Something I wanted to bring up to you guys. There's a lack of education in the restaurant industry, and that people miss this and miss what it means to educate people in this industry, because many people who are in it are moving from a place, I hate to say poverty, but I mean lower class, middle class, and those who are motivated. And that's it. There's a cap on how much you can truly acquire, but there is not a cap on how much you can truly acquire through emotion, revelation, spiritual benefits, and living a life worth living. So like you have to decide what you want in this existence. But if you take it to serving and you are an owner and you don't take it to training, you're missing out on 10 to 30% capital. So, whatever. But
we go to restaurants all the fucking time, and
they're so fixated on the food, right? Sometimes.
It's
look
the
at
same
you guys.
spiel,
Look at our
it's the
Instagram
same-
people. Look at our TikTok people. Look at the people on Facebook look at the people on social media who are only analyzing one part of a system that is a real thing. It's like we've lost something.
Yeah, but how many times you go to a
the
restaurant
human element? We've
that
lost
has
it.
great food, right, but shitty service, and you automatically think that restaurant's
Or it's not just shitty
You know?
service. It's just like the same
Well, just
thing.
subpar.
Well, that fucking tanks it.
Yeah.
but
You ask a server, hey, what do you recommend? And they're like, oh, well, I like everything. It's like, dude, okay, I've never been here. Thanks a lot. Like,
how many fucking
and
times
so
have you heard that? That
it's
is literally
literally, it goes
shit.
into.
Listen, I'm going to say it right now for every human in the world. If your server comes up to you and offers you water first, you better fucking tip them less. Like I have not.
You heard it here
shit.
first on 25.8.
Literally 25.8. I'm telling you, they ain't working hard. They ain't working more than an hour a week. They're fucking themselves, and they're fucking you over.
What comes first?
Hell yeah.
Like, this is about fucking building an experience, a culture, restauranting and dining and eating. If you're not eating from around the world, then what are you doing? Not cooking a steak and cheese with mushrooms and onions and fucking a wine at your house. Like, I don't even fucking get, like, whatever you want to say. Like,
Hey,
when
I'm
it comes down
hungry
to it,
shit. I'm starving, baby.
thank you guys. I appreciate it.
But
all right, let's move on. What else?
but so go for it.
No. That was good. I was just talking about
You're
how
getting
people
me
miss
all
that.
fucking hyped up on what's important and not important.
No, people
for
miss
sure.
that concept, and you were brought into that picture to
Giselle. So we were talking about
hype it
Giselle
up that-
growing, 11 growing, and the restaurant exploding.
Yeah,
all right.
but-
So they promoted me
and
to
your position in that.
Yeah,
You know, what the fuck you
so
were
basically
brought
we
to do.
started out where the paradigm moment happened. A paradigm shift is when your brain sees multiple interactions occurring that causes you to shift in a different direction. So the paradigm shift of what I experienced was there was a moment where they were like, all right, everybody spiel an appetizer. All right. So everyone stood up and spieled an appetizer. Well, guess what? I stood up and spieled 3 appetizers and a fucking entree with a wine pairing, and fucking everybody shit their pants and they're like jaws dropped and they're like, what are we doing?
How do we
like,
compete?
it's literally like, you're the only one who fucking gets it. Like, so this is the standard we're dealing with in existence. You as customers, me as a server, me as a trainer, I don't even fucking want to get started, but when it comes down to what you're experiencing, your line is so low and you don't even fucking know it that like, I'm able to raise it so far beyond what you've already experienced that like people aren't choosing to go further. Why do I take the complexity of a creamy, rich Caesar salad with a sweet and spicy calamari golden fried with a textural complexity on the accent of a smoky barbecue infusion with a bright light wine when you're like, I've got a dumpling with sweet potato puree. Like,
Fuck
it's
out of
like
my
all
face.
you've got is this. Like, so this, I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. So you said you're the head waiter here. You said you're the biggest seller over here. You said you've done gin and cocktails for the rest of your life. Like, what the fuck are you telling me right now? Like literally, you've lost.
One
you're
dimensional,
lost,
right?
and you don't know you're lost, and you're a child, and I love you, and I'm here to guide you, and I want to help you, but I can't be that person yet because I need 6 months of showing you that I'm a good person before you attack my integrity and say that I'm not a good person, and you say that I'm attacking your personality or your mind or your heart or the fact that you made a mistake or some bullshit when really you are fucking need to be full of knowledge, full of professionalism and full of personality to make an impact on people that's meaningful, that lasts in existence.
Mic drop.
Does this not make sense? Like,
No,
I'm
it all
getting
makes
very
sense.
passionate, but I gotta tell you guys, like,
hey, we love it.
I see this, and I see people I love, and I see people that I know now that I love who are in the same position that they were before. They've really made 2 steps forward, and it's like, what have you done with your life? Like, okay, fine. We're in this culture. We're in what we are. Yeah. We party. We celebrate. We are 3 a.m. We are 4 a.m. We are sunrise people, okay? It's what it comes down to. But what are you doing to help those who arrive at these different times? What are you doing to create experiences for people? How much strength do you have? Yeah. And that's where a training process comes into play, where I can test people and give them arrays of information. I can give them days of information. I can give them compartmentalization is the key to understanding what it means to be a salesperson. You need to compartmentalize information and put it in a way that is suggestive, personable, and builds anticipation. I cannot say this anymore. Anticipation is the highest quality, the ultimate quality that creates a spending moment.
It's a climax.
I anticipate my home. I anticipate my river. I anticipate the boat and the sunset and the life. I anticipate the flavor of a steak from Japan hitting my tongue with the wine of Bordeaux, experiencing everything that I'm supposed to experience. And if I don't know about this, but I have the money to buy it, how can I access it without knowledge? And I need someone to inform me to create a way. Like, so these are what service professionals can do. These are what people can do. I don't care where you work. You have access to things that are inaccessible to your brain.
Exactly.
And you are meant to give it because it's a menu that you think is too complicated to digest. So let's digest it together. All right. So Giselle is the epitome of what I experience as a culture. I created a system of building, of understanding. I created a way to sell food. You use the chef.
No. You don't sell food. You sell the experience.
The experience.
You sell everything because we've had the most amazing experiences.
So much. I fucking love you so much.
At so many places. And don't get me wrong, we've had amazing times at other places as well. Okay. But at Giselle, it's just a different level of experience that, I mean, for my last birthday, champagne.
That was the best fucking day, dude.
On the table.
That was one of my favorite days fucking ever. Dude.
Yeah,
Man,
but my point is, and we want to get to...
We got you on the catwalk, motherfucker.
We did.
Yeah, you were.
Can you believe this fucking guy?
Yeah.
You have a video.
He got famous. He got reels.
Well, we'll show it later. We'll show it later.
He was on there. We needed this beauty.
But we want to fire off some questions to you, and it's gonna be like very like short, like fucking rapid fire.
All right,
But
I'll try to be short. Go for it. Let's
we
just
want
see where
to
life
fire
takes
it
us.
off. So I'll start off. So you meet new people, obvious, not all the time, but a lot of the time, every night, right? So how do you actually determine who's actually like worth building
Wow.
with
What a
beyond the restaurant kind of relationship? Like, okay, hey, I met this person like us, right? You met us once or twice. Hey, I could see something happening with them, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a business venture. How do you determine that?
So determining connections between people beyond the restaurant itself is what you're really asking?
Yeah.
This is deep. That's a lot.
Well,
Okay.
answer it in 60 seconds.
So listen, when it comes down to making a first impression, you have to make a powerful first impression that sets a standard against all those that were before you. If you don't do this, then you're failing as a salesperson, you're failing as a professional, you're failing as someone who believes in what they do. If you believe in what you do, you're going to express yourself in a confident, knowledgeable, professional manner that will make a difference in any circumstance you exist in. Now, restauranting, we're here, we're at a table, you've come here, you've anticipated the fact that you're going to eat, you're going to drink, you're going to celebrate, but you really don't know what's going to happen. And you have probably 100 failed experiences with other servers before you.
More.
But you've come at this location and you happen to come into my section and you happen to walk into where I am. I'm going to look at you demographically. I'm going to break you down 100% immediately on a first glance. I'm going to use the abilities that I have to determine what you have physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, listen, someone like me who has gifts and powers and things where I can look into your heart and I can see your soul and I feel who you are and I want to know what you're doing, it's a little different. And if people in this world who exist in a way that they're empathetic and they have the ability to look into other people's hearts and find what people really want, then they're going to be better at this, okay? So take the natural human ability that is invisible and take it further and believe in the intricacies of your existence to understand demographics, okay? So demographics is number one, okay? Demographics, if you don't play with demographics, then you're a fucking fool, all right? 60 seconds, I ain't got it, all right? So if you're if you're gonna look at demographics, you take the demographics, you look at who they are, all right, number one. Number two, if you don't ask the right question, then you're failing. Are you celebrating tonight, all right? If I'm not asking if you're celebrating and who you are and what you're doing, then I'm not, as a stranger, I'm never gonna connect to who you are and what you're doing and what you might be experiencing. And how can I connect with that as a human being to extend my joy of your celebration at my location if I don't know?
What are the first kind of the first things you look for when the guests sit down?
So I look for heart, okay? I look for heart. Number one, I look for any of those who are willing to speak openly, anyone who's relaxed, anyone who's willing to communicate and kind of let their guard down. Number one, you have to find the guest of honor. Number two, you have to find fucking those who know more information. Number three, you have to ask the right questions to understand who it is that can be this type of individual, because you want the baller, you want the person who's out to spend, the person who has the ability to do so. You want to look at, everyone always says watches, hats, clothes. I look at your face. I look right in your face. I look in your eyes and I see what you're expecting.
Look into your soul.
I am looking to your soul to find what's going on. And if you're open, then maybe I can receive it.
Right.
And I can connect to that joy that you're really trying to acquire.
No, yeah, that's
And the memories and everyone's trying to spend more money than they have to, but some people are trying to ball. So it's like you have to balance these type of categories of information in an instant to understand what's going on. Because honestly, the demographics in Miami are absolutely wild. You'll have people at the top, people at the bottom, everybody in between, every race, every person, every creed, every language. It's an absolute wonderment for people to behold. And as a professional, you have to stick to the standard of professionalism. And that's something that I try to teach people, is that your professionalism is the standard that cuts against every demographic. So using professionalism as a tool against demographics is a way for you to exist outside of whether I know Spanish or not, whether I know French or not, whether I know Creole or not, whether I speak in any language at all. Like, it's, I can speak to you and you can respond to me. And because I'm being a certain way, I can understand your behavior and you're going to respond to me in kind.
Almost without language, right?
Without language, the body language means so much. And that's when I look in these people's hearts and I see, I want to spend, but I don't have the money. I want to spend, I have the money. I want to spend, I don't care how much money. I want to have an experience like you. So you have to ask the right questions to understand who people are.
I feel like that's one of the main things you kind of have to learn in a space like Miami. You know, you get a lot of the
Absolutely.
fake ballers from like the real
Yes.
ballers, and you know,
Yes.
differentiating that and like paying attention to maybe you got this fake baller, you're trying to upsell him on the wrong things because it's not really him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that's where there's so many elements of play with what to sell. What was your original question? Can you run that back to me again? The original question?
Like, you meet people obviously all the time. So how do you determine, like, all right, I could potentially see this person, not necessarily a business partner, but it could go beyond the dinner experience.
Yeah.
How do you determine
So
that?
find the connection outside of
Yeah.
work. So when you make these connections, all right, so when the connections occur, all right, this is through me creating an experience, moving into the experience happening, and then the results of those experiences.
Which is joy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully. So within those experiences, you build emotional contacts. And there's some people who rise above in their masculinity and in their femininity. Every human has a balance of who they are. Believe it. So they take this balance of who they are and they feel comfortable enough to express themselves. You're married. You're divorced. You're single. You're rich. You're powerful. You're influential. You're poor. You're a normal person. Whoever you are, it doesn't matter. But the emotional interactions that exist between who you are usually lends a gravitational moment to connect with me. Because I have given you happiness. I have given you joy.
Damn.
I have given you the results of your money. I have given you a guarantee that you're taken care of, that no dish has to be washed, no fork has to be lifted, an experience has to be unraveled because I've unraveled it for you. This is a way for me to connect with people. So if you're a professional, say you're a salesperson and you really believe in sales, you see me selling shit so many times, real estate people. Oh my God, you're unbelievable. I can't believe you. You need to be in this business. You need to go into sales. I've been told so many times, you need to go into sales. I'm like, I'm in sales. I've sold you more than anyone's ever sold you in your life, actually. Like, literally, you don't know, but I'm here for you. Like, so it's like, there's so much in the complexity of the layers that exist and understanding what that conversation means. Because you see the billionaires, you see the millionaires. I see guys, I'll pay you twice whatever you make now. I'll give you whatever you want. Come and work for my restaurant company, my hospitality company. I've had that happen to me. And I look at them and I'm like, you don't even know what I'm doing for you. Like right. Maybe you understand. Maybe I could jump into these things. Maybe it would work. But the connections that I'm making with these people, they're feeling something much more than they're feeling with others. And this is something that you guys need to reflect on in your heart. What do you feel when you go to a place? What do you feel when you experience something? And for some reason, someone like me is motivated to give these experiences to other people. And it's happening. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily about like what I'm motivated by.
No, I think that's what people like.
But it is a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it comes down to it, we're experiencing this. Because I can get into the residuals of what it means to be a server and what it means to give these experiences and the value and the joy behind that.
Yeah.
It is a huge complexity.
But at the end of the day,
yeah.
No,
You're getting paid.
People
Yeah,
like
you're
you
getting
because
paid.
you make them like themselves.
But you're giving more than others are giving. You're out competing your competitors. You're working harder than everybody else consistently to create an expression of existence. And that's what I want to bring to people. And that's what I see when someone comes to me and I make that connection. I hope that it's because we've connected on a level that's more professional, more powerful, more engaging. I have clients who take my number and they're just like, I really want to experience it again. They don't get these experiences elsewhere. They want to connect with people get the best knowledge, the best professionals, and the best personality, and they want to experience this as a group. They don't only want to experience it as an individual. They want it to expand in their circle and share it, you know? And that's part of the meaning of life.
Yeah.
So whether you realize it or not, why you go to restaurants and why you do these things, it's a part of life to share
Experience,
the opportunities that we get. And that's why we deserve the best experiences. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there's only one of you, right? So you can only be at so many places so many times. So how do you plan on kind of, you know, giving that to the masses? You know, just taking it further.
Wow.
Because I mean, I feel like I said at the beginning, man, you're someone that I feel like can't be capped. You always got something, you know, next up your sleeve.
If there's not something that people in this world deserve more, it's better service. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something that I truly feel that people in this world deserve, and it's something that people, as a species, we don't get it. Like we don't get it all the time, and that's part of the diversity of existence is the good and the bad. But what do I want to do? I want people to realize the value in enriching those who may not be enriched. Okay, this is the staff that you hire, the people that you hire. They deserve more. They deserve a lifestyle. They deserve a reality. They deserve a worthiness. And many people who join this business don't have the education. They don't have the upbringing. They don't have a lot of things that people of favor may have.
To know their full potential, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a business that has full potential. And yes, you have to find the right venue, to find the right thing. But what I want to do, I mean, I want to write guides. I want to help people to see what's going on. I want people to understand sales, restaurant, food, sales, hospitality. I want people to understand
psychology, philosophy.
Yes, the
Just
power,
everything.
the immense power behind food sales, hospitality. It's like, you say I'm not in sales. I'm in sales. I'm selling
you
you
are,
food.
for sure.
I'm selling you champagne.
Just
I'm
next time,
selling you
don't sell us
products
15 bottles of Dom.
Yeah, I'll send you things. I'll create experiences for you that will break the bank on a normal
they
person.
will.
That will break your bank for the rest of your life. But this is like,
it was
but
nothing
those
for
who
us.
can afford it, and even those who cannot, we have experiences for you all. And that's where hospitality exists. But I don't know, is this the time to talk about the fact that I want to create like an academy for people? I want people to have a space to grow and to learn about restaurant sales. I want a space for people to believe in themselves, to the fact that this profession is something that is beyond. It's not something that's normal. The most successful people in the world go to restaurants to experience life, to experience that someone dove to the bottom of an ocean to pick up something and bring it to the surface and give it to you across the world. That someone spent 14 years creating a champagne that will blow your mind. That someone spent 100 years giving you a cognac that will fucking outlive the person who created it. Like, these are things that people deserve to spend money on with the time they have in this world. Sure. And that's where this all goes to, is trying to create a culture and a fabric of hospitality that is tangible, that changes those who give it. So what I really want to do is inspire everyone, teach everyone, and help people grow the anticipation, the value of what it means to go to a restaurant. When an owner has a vision and they don't necessarily know how to put it together, they get all the pieces together, but the heart is missing. And we are the heart, and we are the soul of this place and the front of everything. And it's so easy for a human to alter the interaction. You don't need a computer on a table to take your order. You need a person to interact with you and provide value
1000%.
to your existence. You can dine at your house and get what you want. You can order Uber Eats, but you can't have a human catering to every need and thought and experience that you might want. And that's where hospitality should go.
Do you remember that restaurant in Huntington Beach we went to where we had to order ourselves and then it came by
Yeah,
itself.
you didn't even have a server.
It
there was
fucking bullshit.
How
was-
how
I
like
don't care.
horrifying
even
is
if
that?
the,
It's like,
even if the food sucked, but even if even if the food was good, it lacks that.
Authenticity,
Right?
just the connection,
It's-
the human connection, the
especially-
the reason why you step out of your fucking house. You know what I mean? Like,
Literally, especially nowadays with AI and this and that, it's like you still need human interaction, which was going to what you were saying. But
which is what I thought. That's what
I
I thought about. Why am I going to a table if I'm not going to add more to this experience?
1000%.
Like, it doesn't make sense not to give beyond. And then I see everyone else giving less, and I'm ready to give a lot more.
Oh, it's crazy.
And it creates
crazy.
an opportunity. So
I'm
that's
sure
where the
you see it.
training has taken advantage. Every place I go, every place that I visit, every place that I work for, I've chosen to uplift them and build them and grow them in a way that they've never seen before. And they're literally mind blown. They're just like, what do we do? Like, we need to grow with this. We need to work with this. Like, but people don't know how to grow with it and work with it. It takes extra work. It's extra work to instill yourself with the knowledge that it takes and the professionalism that it takes and
it's crazy.
the personality that you have to give.
But we got 2 more questions for you.
All right.
All right, go.
get it.
What's the craziest night
Hey, you wanted those
at
stories,
Giselle?
At
Or
Giselle?
hey, screw Giselle. Just
Oh my
well, yeah, at
God.
Giselle. Fuck it,
I
we're in
feel like I have
Miami.
2 stories
Hey.
to tell,
I mean,
but
No,
You
you
got a-
can
you got a strip
one,
club
the
downstairs.
top
Oh my
dog.
God.
This happened, that happened. They tipped this, they didn't tip that. Like,
Yeah, what the
give
fuck's
us,
the
give us, hey, give us
what's
your
your biggest
craziest
tip?
story at Giselle.
holy fuck.
I want to know your biggest tip too. That's fucking,
I mean, one of the craziest nights I've experienced was at Giselle, and one of the craziest nights I've experienced was at Kiki. And there's 2 different opportunities where the spending was just
Outrageous.
outrageous. There was a $360,000 spending
Gee.
event, and there was like
Hey,
a
mic drop. I'll see you guys
there was
later.
like a $250,000.
I gotta go back to
spending
work.
event. You know, it's like
See ya.
when you see these spending events, it's just like there's something that's not normal, but you should learn from these things and learn how people want to play and what they do. And I mean, I had times where guys dropped 2,000 cash in my hand and fucking said thank you so much. Like, I guess there's like 3 stories I want to tell, but when it comes down to it, it's just like the crazy Giselle. That's what you want.
all 3.
All
no,
three? Oh my
give
God.
us the craziest. If you had to choose one,
Oh my God. I guess like,
That's hard.
let me tell a
Come
couple
on, man.
stories. I don't care. Let's see what you think. So,
Run it.
So the one at Kiki was like, there
Do
was
you
like
love me?
22 giant black men and women who showed up. Like, the men were bigger than the women, but they were like, I'm telling you, they were like
Big. huh?
NFL, like
fuck,
I've
yeah.
retired, like I did my life journey. Like, and like 3 or 4 of them sat down. All of them were fucking doing their thing. They let me sell a $9,000 bottle of champagne, 2 $3,000 bottles of Class Azul. You have 20 people. You need this. You need
Oh, you
that.
need 5
know,
more.
It's expected. Let me bring you 100 glasses of champagne, whatever. Like, we sell the sale, and which I can teach you later, but it's fine. So
Fuck yeah.
I sold the sale, and the guys were all stacked up at the end, and they were just like, yeah, like tips included, right? But and they're like counting cash out. Come and sit down with us. We sit down together. The ultimate guy who taught me how to treat rich people. You sit down with them and you take the payment.
Of course.
Sit down with the payment if you got what it takes. So you sit down with them. The guy sat down with him next to the bottles and everything, and they just start throwing hundreds on the table. They're like, yeah, here's $200 to you. And they laughed in my face, made me feel embarrassed. I'm like, that's all I'm worth. They just started all throwing hundreds, like boom, 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 boom,
No
boom.
way, yeah.
I got like a $2,200 cash tip, and it was like the best fucking feeling ever, like walking from that situation. That was an incredible memory from these people who I never thought would give me like
What
more
they
than
gave you.
20%. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They gave me like 100%. You know what I mean? It was unbelievable. So that was really cool. Giselle, I mean, actually, one more
Tyler
Kiki-
story. Huh? That's a
Listen,
good one.
one more Kiki was where this guy just decided for his wife's wedding to buy $280,000 worth of champagne.
Jesus
and
fucking
it was
Christ.
like, we started off with like a $40,000 bottle, and then he bought the
Started
next
off.
one, and then he bought the next one, and then it was like every bottle in the house, and the cellar was cleared out, and it was like the most This was an experience
Just
where
epic.
you have no choice but as an entire venue to embrace the guest who is choosing to embody an ultimate luxury that almost no one can afford. And what you do, you give everything you have. Yeah, you give everything you have. You build a celebration, you take it to the next level, you set everything on fire, and you try to build world-class experiences like no other. So these are champagne bottle services. We can talk about what it takes to build something like this. But when you see the whole table that's like 12 feet by fucking 5 feet stacked with bottles that look like fucking buildings in New York, or in Miami, it's literally like you don't know what to do except drink. Yeah. So you drink and you embrace and you take this person's celebration into consideration and you live it. So this is something that people don't know about. This is something that you cannot operate in a place where people are spending money that's of a capacity, that's of a nature that's beyond, and not embrace it with them. This is a part of the mentality of those who truly have the ability to give and share what they have to any extent. Okay, and these are the clients you want. You know, and these are the people you want. So you're going to do what they say. You're going to do it within a certain ramification, and they're going to pay for it. So whatever. So that happened. And then $280,000, Giselle became a $380,000 night. We had a $380,000 night.
The night we pulled up, right?
60 bottles.
The night we pulled up.
No, you're a baller, and your night is a night that we'll never forget, bro.
But it ain't no 400 G's.
No, when someone comes in and just drops like a year's salary or a year's whatever,
like 3 years salary.
This guy's got I don't even know, whatever. So buys 70 bottles of Cristal, like you're gonna play in a certain way, and you're gonna bring the caviar in a certain way, and you're gonna build experiences like you never knew, and this pushes an entire team to the next level. This is not just one person. This takes everyone functioning on a level that's full of chaos and order, and you have to rely upon whatever you got to make these sales. And that's what I did. I mean, it was $7,500. So what that happened that night, like literally I have the VIP sections, the back of the restaurant, the most private area, the best area. And these young ass dudes come in and sit down like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Like that's
the
limit
G's.
of their age.
TikTok.
And I go in there and I tell them world-class champagne and seafood, high-end steaks, set things on fire. Let's eat the world and live our lives together. They're like, bring us everything. So yeah, I'm going to bring you everything. All right. And then I find out that they want to make like $7,000 purchases and $8,000 purchases. Like they want the best wine in the world, the best champagne in the world. They want the best caviar. They want me to give the services and put it in their mouth, everything. All right. And then I find out they are the children, the direct children of the owner of the party. And it's like, now all the doors are unlocked. Yeah. Everything's open.
Of course.
And I am allowed to give world-class experiences that not everyone can experience
to 21-year-olds.
To people.
Nuts.
Absolutely mind-blowing. So that night was like something where I was able to show off, show standards, show what it means to drink a superior, sophisticated, brut Cristal experience that's dry, crisp, and effervescent
with the waiter serving you caviar on your tongue. Yes,
and then I bring the caviar on their tongue and they experience with the brut, and then I take them to the rosé for an extra $900, and they take that fucking experience and they take the fruity complex that takes it to the next level.
We got to get the caviar on the tongue next time,
is
bro.
Just thank you, and they have experienced something that we can't all experience. But they've experienced something that we aim to execute on all peoples. And that's gnarly, where we have these opportunities to execute this. And so I don't know, like the tips, I mean, I don't even know what to say. But like I guess one more experience I had with an amazing gentleman is this guy came in on like a football night, and I have a 12 top, and like a 10 top. So 10, 12, and 12. These are the number of guests that you experience. For those who don't know, this guy comes in and he's like, hey, how are you? What's going on? Da, 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 da. And he asked for Dom P. Rosé. This is a $2,000 bottle. Okay, so you asked for a $2,000 bottle. Immediately I'm like, yes, absolutely. I'm going to fucking serve you everything in the world and make sure everything happens nicely. And I had these other tables going on, and then you're ordering this, and I'm looking at you. mind blown. I made sure I gave this guy the best experience ever. He ordered like 2 or 3 bottles. 6 months goes by. We have a big, huge event. Huge event. I mean, like I train people. This is where God comes into play. I train people for months. I do menu testing. I do evaluations. I make the whole staff sell incredible bottles. All kinds of stuff pours in. And my boss, Mehdi, looks at me and he's like, I've got a surprise for you. I'm like,
They all called out.
I'm like, thank you so much. He's like, I've got a $15,000 party for you and you can take it by yourself. I was like, thank you so much. That is amazing. I'm like over the moon. I'm losing my mind. I can't even begin to encapsulate it. I'm like, you know what, Mehdi? I'm going to turn this into a $30,000 party. I don't even give a shit. Like this is going to manifest. 3 days later, the gentleman comes in, says hello. It's the same exact guy who bought the Dom Perignon Rosé from the Super Bowl fucking
Checkmate.
party. He comes in, we connected. He's like, yo, I'm like, what's going on? How are you? Da-da. He's like, I'm like, Dom P Rosé. He's like, Dom P Rosé, bring me 6 bottles.
Dom P Rosé.
Like, $12,000 right there, sold. And it's like, this is the emotional connections, the relatability, the power of what we do to make people want more, to come back and experience more. I remembered him. I engaged with him. I loved on him, and I gave him everything that I had. You know, it wasn't about anything else. It was just about giving everything that I had, and he was all about it. And that's where you get the extra tips. That's where you give an extra. He gave like a $1,400 tip. It was like something like boom, done. Like that's where you like as a server. I mean, I can get into these details, but like how a display on a setup on a computer shows what your tip's supposed to be. You can make unlimited money with these types of situations. It's something ridiculous. So, but you don't are here to fuck people over. You're here to give people the genuine. And so that's where I offer the truth to everyone. So.
No, and like I'll say this, you know, like we're not spending 400 racks, but every time
it happens.
Hey, no. But I'm saying for us, like every time it's been like, hey, either we want to just go to the bar, or hey, we have a group of people.
Bro, you have balled out and had a lot of fun.
It's F1 weekend. It's swim weekend. It's fucking music week. Whatever it is, I call you and it's like no questions asked. We get the best seat in the house. I remember we went to fucking. It was F1 weekend.
Yes.
And they had Black Tape Project.
Oh,
most beautiful girls in the world doing the catwalk. And we had the best table in the fucking house. And you set it up. So it goes to show, like, just because it's not a matter of, I'm sure
it's not about how much you spend. No, that's not what it's about. It's that
personal connection. And that's what I was asking earlier. It's like that type of stuff. But I'm sure he has a question. But I have one more question. What's not just in the hospitality industry, but just in general, like what's kind of the legacy that you as a person, as Nathan Hughes, what do you want to leave behind?
Oh my gosh. What a question. When I think about my job, you know what I mean? That's one thing. When I think of my spirit, that's another thing. And what do you want to hear about? I mean, everything.
When you combine them together, what does that look like?
I think the legacy would be to give everyone everything and to never stop. To give everything you have and more. And that it's worth it. And that it's always observed. And it's always seen. And that the invisible battles that we all go through, we're in it together. And there's so many moments that you can shine through it all, the good and the bad.
Hell yeah.
And I just really want people to give more than they ever thought possible. Because we only have so much time here, Tyler. We have so much time here, dude. We have so much time to give. And we have so much to experience. But eternity is ours if we choose it. So give everyone you have. Everything you have to give. to make the moments we have worthwhile.
Love it.
And that is why I give everything I have to everyone that I know. And the invisible qualities that we have are unlimited. Never forget the fountain that exists within you is unlimited. That you can give it to all people at all times. Don't be selfish.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. What else do I have to give, dude? What else do I have to give except everything? What else do I have to give except that you deserve more than what you've experienced? That you deserve more than what you've experienced. And that the gift is waiting for us at all times, because love and light is the most powerful manifestations of what we have to offer as human beings, as people, as spiritual creations, as those who are in the world for a temporary amount of time to make a difference. Yeah, I'm taking care of your dinner. But maybe it's your birthday that comes once a year.
Hey.
Maybe it's your anniversary that comes once a year or once a lifetime. Maybe it's your divorce and you're so fucking happy
I was gonna say
that
that.
you're fucking over it.
Hey, that's the most Miami thing I've
Yo,
ever heard.
what the fuck?
I love it. I love it.
Maybe your sugar daddy is here and he's worked his whole year and he's here with you to have the best night of your life. Maybe someone was born. Maybe I don't know what it comes down to, but celebration has to be honored. And that we as people deserve it. So my legacy so far is that I want everyone to give everything they got and to love each other as much as possible and let go of what we see and embrace what we don't. Because that's how we hold on to eternity. I'm sorry I'm so fucking emotional, but you guys...
Mic drop.
You
Mic drop,
struck
baby.
my fucking heart on this matter, dude.
Man. We try to live that. We talk about all the time is the selflessness that I think our society needs more of. You know what I mean? It's just people like you that are willing to give themselves for the greater, you know what I mean? For other people to see them flourish and live, make sure they live to their full potential.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking...
Yeah.
Man,
there's value
kudos.
in it. And I can't always say that I acquiesce to that. Like, I can't say that I'm always like, I'm holding on to this as the best thing in the world. No, I'm a fucking human too that wants my celebration. You know what I mean? That wants my things and wants to be taken care of. And that's where I want to improve the world too. But like, we deserve this type of stuff. Like a photo can't hold on to it forever. A camera can't hold on to it forever, but your spirit can hold on to these things. And that's the gift that we have in hospitality. And that's the gift that we have that I've been able to give you some moments that you can hold on to. That I'm going to give you some moments you can hold on to.
Bro, some of the best.
That I can help
some of the best.
You acquire something worthwhile. And I want people in this business to wake up to the fact that you are the middle person between memory and forgetting. You know what I mean? People can forget everything.
Bullshit aside, anytime we're talking about Miami with friends, you come up, dude.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
I'm not even you guys are crazy.
Anyone that's like, where should I go?
Weird.
I'm like,
my
Giselle,
God.
As
ask
weird
for
as that
Nathan,
sounds,
don't
it's
fucking
true,
worry
yeah.
about it.
Fuck, dude.
They're like, wait, why? I'm like, what do I get? Shut up. Go to Giselle. Ask for Nathan. That's it. That's all you need to fucking know. Any other restaurant, I'm like, oh, you should get this. I'm like, Giselle, Nathan. Those are the only two words you need to know.
That's why I believe it. When you fucking say this shit, I believe it, bro.
Thank
we
you.
literally
Thank you.
are doing
These are my convictions. I can't
and-
fucking help it,
and,
dude.
and you're passionate, and obviously it shows, and that's why I feel like.
And that's what people can't see. Like, say you want to hire me from the outside, it's like you can't see what the heck is going on.
Right?
You can't
see
how much I actually want to give you. You can't see how much
value
I'm aspiring to believe. I'm not on the top right now. Like, yeah, I'm in the top in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But I want to take it further to help more people. I want to expand this to help people embrace a better existence. And we're here. We can make it happen. There's no way that we can't make it happen. It's about
it's there for the
fire.
taking.
We need to set the fire, dude.
It's there for the taking.
Yeah, man. I love it, man.
Well,
And
shit.
that's why we have this platform, you know, to help people like you that are trying to do, you know, shit for the greater good to come on here and fucking be able to talk about that, man. So
Hell
fuck,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Get, on a
Thank
lighter
you.
note, give us one more. Give us one more.
I fucking
give
got nothing,
give us
bro.
something.
I love that right
Give
there.
it-
Yeah.
All right.
That's good, man. No, but
Well,
Nathan,
shit.
my man, we got to do another one.
The
I know-
Don
I feel like
Juan.
we still have a lot more to
This
fucking
guy.
go, but we
You
got to
could-
run it. We're running this one back.
Thank
Hey,
you, gentlemen.
you could
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Thank you so fucking much, dude.
We're excited to
I
see you
can't
bring this to the
thank you enough.
masses. 100%.
There's a lot to unravel in our existence, and the different walks that we come from. I really appreciate you bringing us together to like understand what it is.
Yeah, this is
You
what.
got me emotional. I'm sorry. But
Hey,
it's like,
perfect.
it's
hey,
definitely
this is
The
what it's all
25
about.
mother-
legacy.
motherfucking
How can
eight.
you ask
bring
me
it-
a fucking
hey,
legacy?
we
bro?
we
Like,
bring it out.
A legacy
we
is
bring
memory.
it out.
The memories.
We
are
bring
my
it out.
legacy. Like I don't know. Like
But,
there's so much that I want us to embrace, and I really appreciate this time and this space. And everybody should know that this is a valuable experience, and that they deserve time with people like you. All right. Thank you for opening the airways to space like this, and to opening the airways to understanding on a new level. And yeah,
Nathan,
so thank you.
Bro,
we love you, brother.
Hey, this has been
man.
a wonderful fucking experience. This is what the 25-8 is all about. This is why me and my brother, my dog, even
Do
though
this
we're not
shit.
bound by blood, we are.
Pretty
But
fucking
to
close.
you, thank you. We appreciate you. Outside of the hospitality and all of that, hey, if you're ever in Miami, go to Giselle. That's for Nathan. But for real, we appreciate you, brother, taking the time tonight,
Thank you.
sharing your experiences.
Thank you, Tyler.
And
Thank
just letting everything flow. So we've had a good time. This is what this shit's all about. And 25-8 boys, we out.